won Super Bowl 59.
Dude, it gave me goosebumps watching it.
Rivian pulled up to the stadium with the snow tires on, the tinted windows. Many men came on, and it was just a murder.
This guy wins. Look at his record. Look at his stats. Thank God he's a Philadelphia Eagle.
You can mark this down. I think the Eagles are hosting the NFC Championship game.
I don't care how it looks at this point, as long as it's a win.
Vaughn came up with it.
Well, Bond's an
Vaughn,
animal.
that guy's playing at an all-pro level.
I mean, you could have heard that from a mile, dude. That stadium was loud.
Lock in, Bruce. Another Speaking Birds. What is up, my brews? My bird brews. We are back. It's another Speaking Birds. It's your boy Speaks here. We're joined by the boy John. What's going on, man?
Good to be back. What's up?
Man, good to have you back. It's been a while since we touched base. How you been?
Hanging in there, man. Just working. Getting over a little cold.
Ooh, man, yeah, it's cold. I don't know if the listeners out there listened to the last pod we did. I did a bit of a solo pod, but yeah, my voice was raspy. I was drinking some tea, and it's that time of the year. The colds are going around.
Yeah, I feel like I've been more sick this year than I've ever been sick in my entire life.
I told you this off mic, but I'll tell the listeners. Here's what I've been doing for a little bit of a cold.
You might not want to. That shit'll just start disappearing.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll say this. It's a concoction of some honey, a certain type of honey. You do one part of that, and you do 2 parts apple cider vinegar. I don't think that stuff will go out of. I mean, people are already on that, but and then you mix in. I do like a cup of warm water. You don't want it too hot, but just enough to get that certain type of honey going. And maybe take a shot of that if you're feeling under the weather, or for some digestive, some probiotics. But yeah, if you're interested in the full recipe, hit us up at give the email and phone number.
Yeah.
No, but yes, that's what I've been doing. But this isn't a health podcast now. How were the holidays? How was the New Year?
Good. Didn't get into a whole lot, but standard issue.
Yeah. Any good shows over the holidays? Any jammy stuff?
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Yeah. Last weekend I went to the Doyle. They had this guy I've seen over the years. He's a local guy. He's like kind of like a one-man band man that uses like loop machines. And he'll play like he plays like Grateful Dead and Fish covers and stuff like that. It's pretty sick.
Oh, that's sweet. I would love to see that guy. Do you remember his name or?
Oh yeah, his name's Aaron Daniel Gall. They call him ADG.
Okay, I'll look him up. ADG. All right, cool. Yeah, I can't say I really got into much. We went up north. Finally got to Russian River, but yeah, it was just low key.
Hit up Mason.
No, I didn't. Yeah. So a friend we grew up with lives up where I was, but you just time just gets away from you. Maybe next time. Next time I will for sure. But yeah. Anyway, so let's get down to the birds. The season ended. The regular season ended, I should say. 11-6, kind of went out with a bit of a controversy, with Nick Sirianni's decisions on, resting starters versus going for that 2 seed. I don't want to beat that horse, too much. It's already dead. We've moved on. We're in the playoffs, but just kind of overall, with the season ending, I wanted to ask you, John, how do you feel, maybe about that decision, or, how the season ended, or, even going into the playoffs? What's the temp?
Well, as far as that, resting the starters, I mean, a lot of people, I guess, really didn't see the Bears losing to the Lions, but, obviously the opposite happened there. The Lions won. So you would have liked to have seen Sirianni go for the 2 seed, but I kind of understand what he was doing, getting some guys that needed, some rest big time. And, obviously you want to see what Tanner McKee can do, because if the season's over, and he doesn't play another snap, who knows what his, trade worth is. I mean, obviously he might have tanked it. He might have tanked it a little bit more than
right.
Did it good, but So, like, I get it, and everybody made a big deal out of it, but at the same time, it don't matter how you get to the dance as long as you fucking make it. You know what I mean? So it's a whole new ball game, and it's time to get serious. It's time to play football.
Amen. I agree. I was listening to Hertz's presser yesterday, and he had a quote. He always has these quotes, and it reminded me of, you're saying like, I don't care how it looks as long as we win. I think he said something along the lines of, "Man, I wish I would have written it down." He's like, no one cares how you get there. All they care about is like when you get there, or like that you get there. Yeah, no one cares how you get there. It's just that you got there, or something like
Basically,
that.
it's not how you
It was
start, it's how you finish. Same
Yeah,
thing.
or just like yeah, like if you win the game, like no one, obviously, people dissect it, or I guess bigger scheme now that we're in the playoffs, like if you win the Super Bowl, no one really cares that hey, you look sloppy in the first game, or last year it's like, oh, the Rams was a close game. No, you just care that you lift that trophy at the end of the day. And we're
100%.
we're in the playoffs, so it's win. All you got
Yeah,
to do is win at this point.
you made it to the dance. It's time to get on the dance floor.
I agree. And you mentioned McKee that last game. It might have hurt his stock a bit. If you're kind of watching potential landing spots, I think it came out yesterday. The Saints are going to go ahead and keep Stowe. I think it is their quarterback. Um, so that the Kellen Moore connection with McKee. So might hurt his stock a little bit. That was maybe a destination people had in mind, but something to
You know what?
watch.
And you can't blame it all on McKee there. He's out there with the second string, offensive line, and even our, first string offensive line at
Right.
times is just absolutely fucking putrid. And he's not a guy that can move around a lot. So if they're just giving up pressure, you know what I mean. He's got to throw it away or take a sack or whatever. So I can't
Right.
blame it all on McKee. It just doesn't, look good, obviously.
Yeah, well, he cooked. Smitty was in there to get that 1,000 yards, and when he saw the guy who can run a route, he was getting him the ball. So
Sure.
you would like to see him with starters, like
Yeah, and
the first.
congrats to Smitty on 1,000. I appreciate
Yeah,
I appreciate the team letting him do that for himself.
yeah, and I think Sirianni said, or I don't know who brought this up, but I think Sirianni said like we put him in like very low risk, um, situations, routes where he can protect himself and he's not opening himself up to, really get hit. Which you saw with his routes. Um, which is different than, you go back last year with Saquon going for the 2,000. You're a running back. I mean, you're getting contact on every play,
Sure.
essentially. But yeah, congrats, Smitty. Um, but yeah, the team finished what 11-6. I would say
Yep.
when you start the season. Let me ask you this: when you start the season, if you could fast forward and someone said, "Hey, you're going to go 11-6, win the division, you're going to host the wild card," I mean, do you take that?
Sure. Any day of the week.
Yeah, you got to.
Now, do I think we would have now if you had asked me in the beginning of the season, do I think we would have finished a little stronger? Yes, I definitely do. But
100%.
anytime you're 11-6, you win the division and you host a game, absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. Well, just to kind of put the pin on the last game against Washington. I know we were joking about the DBs.
Oh
Like
my god.
just awful.
You could
Oh,
put a trash can out there that has no wheels on it, and it's about the same exact fucking experience. That's how bad that
it would
was.
it would give up less yards than Jacory
Oh
Bennett's
my god, it was
DPIs.
sad. Just sad.
Yeah,
Like, do you wanna be in the NFL? I mean,
he doesn't, man. He was fighting to not be in the NFL.
yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
Jacory Bennett's basically tackling guys so he doesn't get burnt, and then you got fucking Ringo running away from guys. I mean, that might be one of the
He
worst plays I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, he was getting a little cheeky on social media afterwards, which I don't know if I respected too much. I mean, just own it, just say like
Yeah,
I messed up.
I
But
suck. Just say I suck.
yeah, he's trying to say like, oh, he was gonna throw over me either way. But the guy was covered, and you don't even know if he makes that throw.
Well, not only that, you gotta get in the air and block the fucking thing, dude. He's not gonna throw over you if you can fucking jump. Now he might pump fake you and fucking, you know,
Yeah,
Jesus.
I know. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know if I appreciated too much of the talk back. It's like my guy.
That's how you know he's just,
He's on his way out.
soft. That's how you know he's soft.
Soft mentality. Speaking
Absolutely.
of soft mentality, we're facing the 49ers, the 40 Whiners in the wild card matchup. Initial thoughts? Are you worried, or you think we got this? Or
No, I mean, once we get the starters back in, I think, the amount of pressure we've been getting on the quarterback, I think Brock Purdy's a little banged up.
their whole
So
their whole defense
yeah,
seems banged
yeah.
up.
And I was hearing things that they might get what's his name?
Persall,
No, the
Truman Willis.
linebacker. The
Oh, the
linebacker
linebacker.
back. But I don't know if that's a week early or not. Fred Warner.
Yes, Fred Warner.
It
Yeah,
might
yeah.
be a week early there. They're talking maybe divisional round. I'm not sure. So
Yeah, I don't
uh,
think I've heard that he was gonna go in the wild card. They're playing with
yeah,
like reserved. They have like who's it, Wallow and Eric Kendricks they just signed. So
right.
you got two guys, and we can talk about this a little later. But yeah, you got two guys that are essentially have been there for what, 6 weeks.
I mean, Eric Hendricks can ball. I mean, I won't talk too negatively on him.
Right.
He's definitely done it, but he's getting up there a little bit, and so
But I think they just signed him, so he had like very little time, and
right.
you're in a new place, playing in a playoff game on the road. It's going to be loud. You're trying to figure things out on the fly. It's not going to be easy for him.
Sure, 100%. But at the same rate, a lot of it's the same. It's just the jargon. You know what I mean? They use different wording and stuff, so you got to learn that
Yeah.
quick. But a lot of it's, just playing football. And I'm not saying, he's going to go out there and be great or anything. You know what I mean? I'm just saying I know he can play. Watching him with, I think the Vikings and stuff like that
Yeah, for
over the
sure.
years, and his brother, the insider
Yeah.
trader.
Inside trading. Well, yeah, that
Yeah,
was him, wasn't it? Yeah,
yeah.
he's in jail, I think. Is for that.
Nah, I think he's out.
Oh, he's not. White collar, little camp. Yeah,
I mean, how
hopefully
can
it'll.
you blame them? Everybody else is fucking doing it.
I know.
Senators and Congress, fucking men and women are just raking in fortunes on it. So might as well dip your foot in the pool.
I think if I were an athlete, I think what I would do, like in terms of, well, I think I would do the gambling route. Like I would like, I think I would have I would like set up an infrastructure where I had like a really good fall guy, and then I would like go that route. I mean, I wouldn't
Oh, the
throw
Otani
anything.
route.
I wouldn't mess with the integrity of the game. I would never throw anything, but I would say like, hey, a teammate's knee is banged up. Take that for what it's worth. I would do like subtle things like that. I feel like.
Yeah,
Um,
some point
but
shaving.
yeah, yeah. No, I wouldn't point shave, or I would like to bet on myself. I think
Yeah,
the
the
Pete
Pete
Rose
Rose
route.
style. That's the way to do it. If you're going to do it.
That man did nothing wrong,
Nah,
in my opinion.
made him play harder.
You can't bet on yourself. It's America's pastime. Anyway, yeah, this matchup against the Niners, I guess this is being dubbed like the football nerds matchup. You got Shanahan calling the offense, you got Fangio calling the defense. It's gonna be cool to watch.
Yeah,
And I think I don't know. For me, Shanahan's, I mean, he's just unproven, right? I mean, in the sense that the guy's a choke artist.
I agree. He is sort of a choke artist, but I do like his style. I mean, he seems to
Right.
run the ball well. Has a bunch of different packages to run the ball out of, which I like. But
Oh yeah. Yeah, man, he's got McCaffrey, he's a beast.
well, I was going to
I
ask this,
Yeah.
and this may be a little early in the pod, but if he goes down, do you see them moving on from Shanahan?
Oh, shoot. Man, I don't know. That's a great
Because here's the
question.
thing. Here's the thing. Because you see Harbaugh gets let go, and I'm not saying Shanahan's Harbaugh, and you see, you're looking at potentially, another year with Andy Reid if they continue to go with him, and it doesn't go. Eventually it just becomes it's too long. You know what I mean? And you're just not getting it done. You know what I mean? And
Well,
and the
yeah.
the era ends. like the old Eagles
Well,
Andy Reid era.
for sure. And what do they say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again and
Yeah.
expecting different results, So, yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, maybe he's earned himself one more year, but he's not far off considering his track record of just not getting it done
Right.
at any place. So yeah,
They
I
seem to be
think
banged up all the time too. So I mean,
right. Yeah,
y-
that Harbaugh firing. I don't know. Just watching the past couple years, like his players just didn't execute. I mean, he put him in
sure.
position, but I guess if they don't execute, then ultimately, it's on the coach for. I don't know. I mean,
I mean, yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Eventually, the era's over. You know what I mean? You got to move on.
Now speaking of coaches, yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to talk Sirianni before a playoff run, but man, there's some coaches out there that I don't know. Like John Harbaugh was always a guy that I would have loved to see back. He was a coach here. What was he? A special teams? He was like
Mm.
a special teams guy, I think. John.
Yeah, I can't
Um,
remember.
regardless, yeah, man, I would have loved to see him here. We're in a good spot though. Can't complain with what we have, but yeah, I like John Harbaugh as a coach, and then Mike McDaniel today gets
I
let
knew that
go
was your
by
boy.
the. Well, I would like if depending on how things roll out with KP, and we can talk about like what do you think? What do you think the leash is for like a Kevin Patullo? I assume him as good as gone,
I would like to
which is
think
why
so.
I
I mean,
yeah, which is why I was talking about Mike McDaniel and interviewing for the OC position. I think he brings a lot of like he's got ideas. He's creative. I don't know if he would mesh well with Hertz. That's to be seen, but I don't know with KP. I assume him as good as gone.
I would think so. I know. Most of the fans I feel like feel that way. I, you know, it's hard to say. He goes out and wins the Super Bowl, maybe they retain him, but
Well, let's play
I,
this
I
game.
yeah,
All right, let's play this game. I'm gonna go. All right, let's say good is gone. All right, let's say he wins the wild card. Does that temperature go down
it
if he
depends how it
gets the
looks.
yeah? But
If
back
it's
to our our like what we said earlier. I mean, does it matter how it looks? You didn't
yeah, but if it's a whole defensive thing again, you know what I mean? If it's every facet of football except for the offense, does that take pressure off? I would think it would put more on.
Mhm. Okay,
I get it doesn't matter how it looks as long as you win, but how long until it does fucking matter what it looks?
that's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's say he wins a divisional round. And maybe he's got some play in it. Maybe they put up like 30 good offense performance, but maybe they don't. Maybe they lose in the NFC Championship game. God forbid. I still think that he should be gone.
I mean, I think the whole entire playoffs comes down to what it looks like.
I
If you
think I
come
think
into
it's
this playoffs and you just world beat on everybody, possibly win a Super Bowl or even go to the championship game and lose, even though you're scoring, 30 plus points, then maybe, you're like, well, maybe we do have something here, but
I think it's
if you're
yeah.
winning games by fucking 12 points, it's 12-10, you know what I mean? Then I can't see it.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Like if this is like a run, even if you win the Super Bowl, but it's this is remembered as like a defensive one of the masterclass performances of a team in the playoffs defensively. I still think he's gone. You got to make a move.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough one. Yeah, I
Well, here's
mean
the thing. It continues to be extremely predictable. It also continues to be getting out of, where the how should I say this? We're the last ranked team and getting to the fucking line of scrimmage within like less than 6 seconds, you know what I mean? It's like how can you fucking,
I don't get
you
that
know,
at all.
yeah. How can you not get the play call in? It's crazy to me.
It's insane.
A-
And
And then
like
the last thing I'll say real quick, I'm sorry, is that there's just no like theme to the game. I don't see him like opening things up. Now, there's been times where like, you know, like the one I forget who we were playing, they hit AJ Brown at the end of the game on a double move. It was a fake slant, and I think maybe it went for a touchdown or not. Where he
Right.
slanted all game long and then finally took. It's like he's not like 10 steps ahead. You know what I mean? He's just calling games. Is the way I feel.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think you nailed it. Like he doesn't have that feel. He doesn't have the feel. He's not doing things to open
Not
things up.
setting something up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. You need to be 10 steps ahead. You need to see things like you need to be playing chess out there. I mean, look,
I hope
this
he
is
brings
one
it.
you are taking up think about this. One of 32 jobs in the entire world goes to you. And do you know how many people, how many offensive minds could be taking that spot and actually really excelling in that spot? I mean, it's just insane. But I don't. Apparently, he's been like real big on like the red zone play calling, which the red zone play calling has been. I mean, over the season, I think we're like number one in scoring in the red zone.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but we're up there. Like our
At least top
percentage.
three. At one point, I know we were number one. I mean, within the last few games, then I don't know, but
So yeah, it goes
if you
back
only
to
get
the
to
age
the red
old.
zone though, and fucking two times a game, and you
Yeah,
pretty much score those 2 times. What does that really fucking tell you? The other teams are getting to the fucking red zone, fucking 5 times a game, 6 times a game. You know what I mean? So
right. Yeah, and
of
we've
course
been
your
having
percentage
this
is high.
question. It's the same question for years. Like, how much is Sirianni involved? What's the distribution? What's it like? Like, is Leffler has his thumbprint on it? Like, we just don't know. And then I heard I forget who was bringing this up. It might have been I think PHLY was discussing maybe bringing in one of these coaches for like an offensive consulting role. Whether it's Cliff Kingsbury or Stefanski. Like, it might be too late in the game for something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna like I don't know what the rules are. Can you just go and hire an off a guy right
Well,
now to
he's fired.
consult for the playoffs? I
Yeah,
get it,
yeah, I
but
think you
I
can.
guess that's crazy. I can't imagine like all teams in the playoffs wouldn't just hire these guys in consultant roles just for the playoffs. Then you know what I mean?
Well, a lot of teams have like stable infrastructures where they wouldn't need to. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I get it, but
it,
there's always a good reason to bring in another creative mind. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, I don't know. I would say
Especially like
probably. Go ahead.
especially like you bring in a guy like Harbaugh who has played the Bills, a shit ton of times. So let's say you're in the AFC, you need a consultant. You bring in a guy like Harbaugh who's obviously watched tape on you're playing the Bills, etc. You know what I mean? And all these,
That is true. Yeah, I don't know. That is true. Or like Stefanski's, and you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to bring in a.
Well, I mean, that's probably
Um,
the one guy you probably don't bring in, but
You're not big on Stefanski?
I mean, what he
I mean,
did
I'm not
before that.
either. I said that like I was like the biggest fan of Stefanski, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, I love the fact that he grew up, basically an Eagles fan and all that shit. I always have, a
Oh, for
feeling
real?
for
I didn't
that.
know
But
that.
yeah, yeah, I think he grew up either in Jersey or in PA and was a big Eagles
Wow.
fan. But
Bring him in.
the one thing I did see on Stefanski, which actually set that franchise back, is he did not want the Deshaun Watson trade.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of changes the game, and the ownership kind of forced you. You know what I mean? So that forces your hand. But I mean, what Stefanski's done with Nick, Nick Chubb and the other running back, he's ran the ball pretty good with those guys. I forget the other running back's
Yeah.
name. Over maybe not this year, but over the past couple years.
Yeah. I just feel with those franchises, you just get dealt such a bad hand.
Yeah,
It's almost like
especially one. Yeah, good. Yeah, especially one like that where fucking they're drafting two quarterbacks in the same draft, so now you have four
right.
quarterbacks. Actually, they had five. They had Pickett. They end up signing Joe
Sanders,
Flacco. Watson was hurt.
Flacco.
They get Gabriel and Shador. So I mean, it's like when
Yeah.
you're getting forced like that, you can't even build a fucking team. How much is it your fault? You know what I mean?
They're just so inept. It just
Yeah,
makes you thankful again for like like the Eagles franchise.
true.
What what did I read? So I went behind enemy lines and I went to the Whiners subreddit, and like I forget, I read some comment and obviously everyone on Reddit's not, you got to take it with a grain of salt, but they were just talking about how the organization is bad in Philly and no players are going to want to go there. I'm like, are you out of your minds? Like it just shows that you're not even watching football or the league to think that the Eagles franchise is bad. It's one of the premier destinations if you're a player, a coach, anything.
Sure.
Ugh, I hate them. Speaking of a little trash talk here, so Robert Sala, so he was, I think it was a press conference. He was whining recently that they had to play 3 games in 13 days, national games, and he was crying that it takes a lot of emotion out of you, and it's emotionally hard. Like that's the type of soft mentality that's coming in here, and I can't wait. I can't wait.
Insane.
I mean,
That's all that Jets talk. Got fired from the
yeah,
Jets. He's just
can't even hack that.
demoralized at this point.
Which I do have some respect for Salah's defense. I mean, I just think that that's a crazy thing to be groaning about. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you don't
and then
say that one live on TV.
what last week Shanahan after the Seahawks game, they're like, "Oh, we didn't want to play Saturday. We like Purcell could have played on Sunday," and they're complaining about that. It's like, "Come on, just strap up." That's like so I was a little irritated with Sirianni and not really pushing for that 2 seed because I don't know. When I think about just like the home game, like that matters so much. Coming into Philly, I think is the biggest advantage that we have is for teams to come into our stadium. But then I get this mentality of like, no, you're Warriors, man. It doesn't matter where you go. If you can't beat Chicago on the road, then you don't deserve to win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? It's like, let's strap up, let's go wherever they just set a time and a place, and let's go take care of business. And I mean, that's the mentality, right?
Absolutely, dude. Just get
So
on the
yeah,
dance floor. Start dancing.
yeah. None of this. Oh, Saturday, Sunday. No, 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 no. Tell us when and where we'll be
Yeah.
there.
Shitty
But
ass San Francisco, isn't it? Is it still flooded up there?
no, actually, to be honest with you, I like that. Well, I didn't spend too much time, honestly, in San Francisco. I mean, I drove over the Golden Gate Bridge. And it's a nice place. I didn't go into the city at all. But I don't know. Yeah,
You go to the house.
I did actually. I did on the way out because we flew out of San Francisco. I
Nice.
I went to the Dead House, yeah, in Haight Ashbury. It's pretty nice over there. Um,
A
I was
bunch
there
of hippies
before.
standing outside.
You know what? So it's kind of weird, like in a sense, there weren't any hippies. It was kind of like raining a bit, and it was at night. Um, but it's cool, man. Like the architecture, the houses are really cool. But I was like, yeah, let me pick up some like cool Grateful Dead stuff. Let's see if they. You go in and out of shops, they barely even have anything.
Mhm.
You would think that they would be like pushing it down your throat, like to the point where
Probably
you
not
gotta.
licensed.
That doesn't stop anyone else, but maybe they're a little harder
Yeah,
closer
but
to
on
there. I don't know.
shops and stuff, you get caught hammered. You gotta change the design or whatever. So
That's true. Yeah, I was hoping to get something cool, but didn't really pan out. But that's all right. I'm not too worried about it. But okay, let's do this. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Like the keys to the game are. So like, if the Eagles win, what do you think they would have done to have won
I
this game?
personally think we have to come out and run the ball well. I hope the offensive line got the rest they need. I hope they've, you know, figured some stuff out, whether it's Barkley and a little mix. I'd personally love to see us mix in Barkley with Bigsby and not just rely all on Barkley. You know what I mean? Let's change the
Ooh,
pace, give different looks there. I'd like some play action under center, and I'd like to see Hurts throwing and wheeling and dealing. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I would love that. Shout out Bigsby, man. Yeah, you brought up Bigsby. I want to see. That's like the key. That's like the key to the playoffs in my mind, or not the key totally, but man, he's a wild card. The guy is relentless.
I mean, and not only that, like if Saquon doesn't seem to be getting it going, instead of just like forgetting about the run like we seem to do, let's, put somebody in to change the speed, change the pace, you know what I mean? Then get going back in, you open it up a little bit. So,
Or to
and I
fire
hope
you up, man. Or to fire you up. Tank will give you like 9 yards and get up and be fired up. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like
sure.
get everyone going.
Yeah, and I'd like to see, if we can get either the pass game going or the run game going, it opens up the defense, you know what I mean? I'd like to just see us get one of them going. I'd love to see him get, all of it going, but just one of them going should open up the other one.
For sure. Yeah, I agree with the running game. Yeah, hopefully the offensive line rested their legs. Hopefully Jurgens put some ice and heat and ice on that back. It's got to be hurting. But I think like yeah, attacking the middle of the field, which I know the Eagles don't do, but their linebackers, like I said, I mean, they're they're just like they're kind of like walk-ons. I mean, I think you got to
Right.
try and attack. I heard this stat earlier that we've only thrown in the middle of the hashes 13 times this year. I
Yeah, I
don't know
mean,
if that's correct.
could be, Hurts doesn't like to throw over the middle. I think it's an issue of him not being able to see over the middle because
You think
of,
so?
the big lineman.
Okay.
It's almost like an
Hmm.
anticipation throw, you know what I mean, when you throw it, so if you can't see it, I don't know, I may just be making shit up too, but
Right. No, that makes sense because he's not the tallest guy. I think he's what listed at like 6'1",
right.
and he's probably like 6.
Like, I remember back in the day with Vic, and he had King Dunlap as a left tackle when Peters got hurt, and I remember him just, like, blasting him in the back of the head with the football,
Yeah.
trying to throw over him, so
Yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah, I think it's and on defensive side, I think it's, keeping McCaffrey in check. Getting to Purdy. Like Purdy's a guy that can get away from you.
sure. You can
So
extend some
yeah,
plays.
getting to Purdy. Um, yeah. And yeah, I think ultimately look, they're banged up. They shouldn't even really be here. They're playing with house money, which ultimately kind of scares me a little bit. Um, no one expected them to be here with all their injuries on defense. Um, Trent Williams, I don't think, is probably trending and not playing, which would be huge.
Yeah.
That's their left tackle, I believe.
Yes.
So that would be great. And Purcell probably will go, I was seeing.
Well,
But dude, that
speaking of
guy's made that
hold
list.
on one sec. Speaking of Trent Williams, if he doesn't go, then I think you missed this segue. That leaves our boy Jalix Hunt to
Oh
feast.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So go ahead on
I
that.
wanted to yeah, I wanted to shout out man, I did the pod the solo pod I think earlier in this week. Forgot to shout out the boy Jalix Hunt, man. Sometimes you do these and like I had him written down and I was like going through everything and then you stop recording and you're like, how did I miss that? But yeah, man, shout out Jalix Hunt. Had a great game. What is he? He leads the team in interceptions and sacks, which is insane.
Yeah. Has a shit ton of pressures too. It's like over 50.
And like yeah, at the time, like when he was drafted, I mean, that was like it was kind of a project.
Yeah, and
He
he
didn't
like barely played football. I don't think he played at all, or maybe late in high school. I forget what it was.
was a safety. That's
Yeah.
how he's got those hands, man. So yeah, Jalen Hunt, beast. Shout out that guy. But yeah, so that could man, our D line could feast. So we'll
True.
see. I
Love to
yeah,
see that.
I think it'll be good. I feel confident, but in the sense that I know that like any given Sunday, right? Like
Mhm.
we could get out there, go 3 and out, and we could play our brand of football, which is play a half of football, which isn't going to cut it.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You know what I would hate to see is us to just go up big right away because you know that we always fall the fuck apart in those games. You know what I mean? So,
That would be pretty terrible. You're right.
I mean, as much as I would like to just beat the fucking piss out of them, I don't think that's the style of football we play when we get up big. So keep it close and then just finish in the second half.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with all of it. I don't know what's What's your what's your gut feeling? You think we win this? You think we're going to Chicago? You think we're gonna host the Rams?
I think we win. I do think we win. I think it's probably a little bit of a tighter game. I don't know why, because maybe the stakes are high. To me, it's either a tight game or we beat the shit out of them. I don't think it's going to be anything else than that,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
obviously the opposite of both. But
Right. I think we win. I think we win the turnover battle too.
sure. I mean, that's what we
For
do.
some
That's
reason,
what they strive
for
for.
some reason, yeah. I have this like remember when we faced Green Bay last year and we got that like was it the opening kickoff? We just smacked that
Yep.
returner and
Yep.
got the fumble. I feel like it's gonna be like I'm just feeling in my bones something like that where it's gonna be like an early swing our way, which to your point, yeah, might not be the best because yeah, if we go up too high too early, I agree they're gonna get complacent. But you can never complain about points, I suppose.
No. You got to continue to just throw daggers, run the ball well. Basically, if you get up early, you just got to continue to move the ball downfield, get first downs, and slow the game down. But that seems to be our problem because we'll just 3 and out in fucking 20 seconds. You know what I mean? The D's
Or
right
just
back
go,
on.
yeah. Or the run game will get working and they'll go away from it.
Yep.
Like last game, Tank Bigsby's crushing it. I don't know if he got injured or what, but they just he didn't have a carry for the last 17 minutes of the game.
Crazy.
Are you I got a little bit of a conspiracy thing related to the 49ers. I don't know if you heard about this. You want to hear it?
Go ahead.
All right, so this is a guy. This is from Twitter, or I guess X they call it. We'll shout him out. So it's living underscore energy
Is
Peter
this
Cohen.
hold on, does this have to deal with the 49ers owning daycares in San Francisco?
No, dude, no. Is
Speaking of
that a thing?
conspiracy theories. Oh, I don't know if he saw the Minnesota shit. It was just a fucking shitty joke.
I didn't even hear about that. Oh,
Minnesota
yeah,
has
yeah,
all
yeah,
these
yeah. I got
daycares
you.
that don't have any kids in them, and they're frauding. I don't know what's real or not. It was just a shitty joke.
Really?
Where I was going. Yeah. Once you said conspiracy theory, that's just what I thought
Oh,
of.
I like it. I love. We'll do that one next. We'll do that one on the divisional pregame
Yeah, look
pod.
it up.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So this is a guy. So this is he's got a picture of like the Levi Stadium and the practice facility. So all right, he writes low frequency electromagnetic fields can degrade collagen, weaken tendons, and cause
Saw this.
soft
Yep.
tissue damage at levels regulators call safe. Did you say you saw this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for the listeners who haven't here, let me go through. We have a real world class study proving this. An NFL team whose practice facility sits next to a massive electrical substation. So they have it like right next to it. You can see the picture where the practice facility for the Niners is right next to this substation. And then here's some stats. The 49ers are statistically the most injured team in the NFL over the past decade since moving to Levi's Stadium in 2014. Top five in adjusted games lost for 10 of 11 seasons. Let's see here. Seven to eight full Achilles patellar ruptures, 2 to 3 a year total, 40 plus major hamstring calf tears, high ankle injuries every single year. No other franchise comes close. So he goes on. There's a thread. If you want to do it on your own, it's he's at living underscore energy. But I mean, interesting, right? I mean, do you think there's any truth to this?
I have no clue, man. I mean,
I know this.
for a long time there, though, the Eagles had so many soft tissue injuries, they must have had a train station somewhere close to. I mean, it was fucking insane.
They're practicing on the train
Yeah.
field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that. I thought it was pretty interesting, and I'm into that sort of like, I don't know. Do you know if it's real or not? Sort of conspiracy.
Yeah. I actually read that today, right before I came home.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, but that's making its round. So if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, give it a read.
Like
Well,
some Tesla stuff.
yeah, some Tesla
Nikolai
stuff,
Tesla.
some
Not
daycare Tesla stuff.
oh man.
I like it. I like it. Do you want to do anything else on this upcoming matchup? Anything else from the season? What are you making for the game? You gonna make any food?
I mean, it's over dinner time, so I'm sure we'll eat something. I don't know.
Any game time eats?
Yeah, just normal stuff. Probably
Yeah, I've been on
chicken.
record. Yeah, I hate. I'm gonna do wings.
Nice.
I went to Costco. I went to Costco. I'm a member, but I don't usually go there. I don't know. It's just like I don't usually shop there a ton, but went there, got like this huge pack of wings for $20.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Threw it in the freezer. I'm gonna make some chicken wings for the game.
You gonna fry them or
So
air fry them?
air fry. Yeah, gonna do it. I don't mind an air fried wing.
I don't know that I've ever had one.
They get crispy. They're nice. And you
Yeah,
feel a little healthier.
sure, sure.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. But otherwise, anything else on your end?
No, I got nothing, man.
All right. Should we do predictions?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll let you go first this time.
Okay, predictions. I think, man, I think it's gonna be a tough game. I think your what you said about it being closer. I don't know, something about even their fan base, is a little down. Hey, we're playing with house money, all of this. I think it's gonna be closer. I think the time off. I think there's gonna be some rust. I think there's gonna be some frustrations with how the offense looks.
Yeah, slow start.
I don't know. I hate to say that, but I think it's probably the reality. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go 23-20.
Oof.
I know. I know.
I'm gonna do what I always do and say the Eagles are gonna get it together.
Okay, I
They're
like
gonna
that.
they're gonna drop 28. I'm gonna go 28, and I'm gonna go 28 Eagles. I'll go 14 49ers.
Okay, I like an even touchdown game. Not one field goal in sight. I like it.
Bryce Huff, not one tackle.
Ooh. What do you think is gonna be? Man, do you see Mailata trolling him?
Yeah, yeah.
They asked him, "You think Bryce Huff's going to be fired up for this game?" And he responds, he said, "Of course, I can't wait to see Super Bowl champ Bryce Huff." Now that's in reference, I think, at least anyway, I read it in reference to Bryce Huff wanting to sell his Super Bowl ring for he doesn't want a participation trophy and all this and that.
God. And I
Yeah,
remember when he had a couple sacks early in the season, everybody's like, "See, the Eagles were wrong," and then he fucking leveled
yeah,
out and
right,
sucked. So
right,
plus, I just saw their
yeah.
their sack leader on the year is Clellan Ferrell, who was
Was
amazing in
who?
college. Clellan Ferrell,
Never
it
heard of.
says. He's from, I think he was on that really good Clemson team,
Oh, okay, with
but
Kavon Wallace.
but hasn't but hasn't done shit in the NFL really. So
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing Will Ferrell.
all right,
Kevin Farrell. All right. All right, man.
all
Let's
right,
get out of
brother.
here.
Yeah, go
Go
Birds.